I cannot wait until September 21st. The first official poster you guys saw dropped, and then the trailer for Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't make it through the trailer without bawling my eyes out. The trailer literally brought me to tears. When he says that he's, because, and I say this only because everybody says he's the definitive Superman, right? He's the one that everybody holds up to. That is what you have to match every time you play a superhero. So to hear him say, I'm not that character, I'm not Superman, I'm just an actor playing a role, it really puts into perspective how fucking awesome an actor this man was, because he approached it simply as, I'm an actor playing a role, but to the world he is Superman. And it's just, and then when he talks about how, because, and if I'm not mistaken, this might be the first time that at least I have ever heard him say publicly that he wished he had died. Like, or that he wanted to die. Because everywhere you always see, it's all about the Christopher Reeve Foundation, and he was working hard to help cure paralysis, and he was going to walk again, and he was going to inspire and do all these things. But in this trailer, you hear him for the first time say, I can't throw the ball with my son. I can't sail. I can't make love to my wife. I've failed everybody. Maybe I should just die. And I was like, fuck. That really just like, because here's this guy that embodies hero, that embodies Superman and strength and inspiration and all. And you hear him say he wished he was dead, that he let people down, and that it's so powerful. And to see how he overcomes it, because the trailer is going to dive deep clearly into the family helping him when he says, and then my wife said this to me and it saved my life. And to dive into that, and we're going to go deep into the relationship with him and Robin Williams, who, even more so now that we know Robin was suffering the whole time with his own mental health problems and all the stuff that he was going through, but he never left Christopher's side and paid for all of the medical stuff when Christopher ran out of money and did all these things for his best friend while he was suffering. And they're going to go into that. And I cannot say enough about this film. I'm so glad that the filmmakers behind this decided to do it. I'm so glad that Warner Brothers and DC Studios greenlit it, because I am that guy. I am that 8-year-old boy that believed a man could fly. I talk about this all the time. It's what inspired me to be a filmmaker. It's what inspired me to make magic and be a person that inspires others. And then to see this and go, the taglines now, it's like the man you thought you knew kind of, but the story you didn't know, and that he's a hero. So, I have so many emotions for this thing, and I just simply cannot wait to see it. And I'm glad that they're doing it in theaters, because I feel like it deserves that.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm very excited to learn more about the foundation, and it looks like it's going to be heavily involved in that rather than, how he was a character, an actor playing a character. So
Right.
I think that's going to be very interesting, and to show his humanity and what he was trying to do for the next generations moving forward. And I'm sure it was very difficult too, because it seems like he's always been that person to where he's like, I'm Christopher, I'm not Superman, I'm not Clark Kent. I'm sure that was very difficult, because even in this particular project, he is Superman. So I'm sure once he had the accident and once he couldn't move, because so many people refer to him as this god, to where now he feels like he's nothing. So I'm sure that was very difficult. And yeah, I mean, to dive deeper into the mental health stuff with surrounding all of that is going to be absolutely fascinating. And yeah, I'm pumped. It looks very exciting. I made sure to look up like the times and days that it was playing where I'm at. So yeah, I'm very excited. For sure going to be the first ever documentary I've seen in theaters. And I think it's going to be good. And I think the people that are going to be in the theaters are going to be like, like diehard Superman, diehard Christopher Reeve fans. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a very interesting experience because yeah, I've never had anything like that before. So I'm excited. It's going to be very, very cool.
So, everybody knows, we're father and son-in-law, and I mean, I've shared my story with the importance of this film over the years with you and everything. I'm really excited because I feel like this documentary is you're going to get a peek into why it was so important to me, why this film meant so much to me, and this man meant so much to me, and what he was and what he represented. And I think you're going to get a peek into that world and have a much better grasp and understanding of it. And I'm hoping that I do see a lot of people your age there, because I know I'm going to see everybody my age there, because it is what it is. But I want to see the younger generations come and understand the process of this story and how it played out. And you brought up a really good point. And he says it again, like we both said in this documentary. He talks about how he's just an actor and just a man playing a role. But he understood the importance of what that role was. He understood what Superman meant to the world, which is why he also says it was important for him to get it right. He understood that this is what Superman meant to little children, what Superman meant to the world as far as being somebody that could inspire and the world could look to for peace and hope. And so to understand that he's just a man playing a role, but then also understand the importance of making sure the role was what it was supposed to be, says everything about him, honestly. It's
a lot of pressure.
It is.
A lot of pressure.
It is. And then to have the added pressure, because like I said, now it's just, it is what it is. He's the granddaddy. And every superhero movie, that's the one you're trying to hit. That's the level. That's the guy. And I mean, Feige says it before every Marvel movie is made. The entire cast and crew watch Superman. And so that is the pressure there is just I don't even know. It had to have been just incredible. And yeah, I just, and for anybody who doesn't know, Dana died also. His wife died also. So those kids just have to go through everything that they went through with dad and then lose mom. It just, fuck, man. It's one of those things, and I'm sure they're going to dive into that as well. But thank you, James Gunn. Thank you, Warner Brothers. This might be the first solid thing Zaslav's ever done under his reign. Just saying. So kudos where, kudos are due. And everybody go see this thing. If I'm not mistaken, it's only 2 nights, September 21st and September 25th. And it's a Fandango event, so it's going to cost you a little bit for the ticket, but well worth it. Go see this documentary. And then watch it 85 more times on Max. Because that's what I'm going to do.
Exactly.